floor plan for the Motville Uniting Church Lighthouse Pavilion. Now, off to the left, quite noticeably, you'll see a quiet space. We'll come back to that later, but I'd like to start down the bottom right-hand corner. As people enter, there is a welcome table where there will be a number of resources available to them, and also along the entire right-hand side of the tent are a couple of long tables with various resources that are relevant to the different presentations you'll hear about later. At the top right-hand corner, you will see a presentation stage. There will be a number of different presenters presenting on different useful topics over the duration of the festival, and there's a floor mat which will have quite a few chairs on it as well, situated in front of that with some tables nearby. Now, the tables double not only for the presentation stage for people watching, but also for people who would like tea and coffee. There will be tea, coffee and food available inside the lighthouse. At the top, you see on the back wall there's a number of pieces of children's art on display, and we'll come back to that later as well. And directly beneath it is a kids corner. By using pin-up boards and black cloth and different forms of lighting, Motville Uniting Church has been able to turn a reasonably large space into a group of different spaces, some which are intimate, some which are less so, depending on the requirement. Back to the left-hand side now, and that is our quiet space, our meditation area. It's a place where people can come to get some peace, to pray if they need, and there'll be help available. The volunteers who are staffing it are all trained to pray with people, to sit with them in their pain. But it's basically a chance for people to sit in quiet and get in touch with God. Now, the lighthouse itself on the outside will be emblazoned with the catch cry "Brilliant," which will be made out of fairy lights and powered by solar energy. The tent itself will be located in the middle of the festival in Motville Park, and it'll be designed to both display light in various forms and pay homage to the festival in that manner, and to also emphasise that concept of Jesus as the light of the world. The main events and attractions of the Lighthouse are a number of free family-oriented seminars at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. daily, as referred to before. The artwork of local children from local primary schools on changing themes. A free concert on Saturday the 23rd, the last evening of the festival. And of course the prayer and quiet meditation area that we mentioned earlier. As I mentioned earlier, there will be a lot of food and drink available. Free instant tea and coffee will be available during the festival, but we'll also have some real coffee available for sale and brewed on site by volunteers from 11 p.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Cakes, biscuits, sandwiches and fruit will also be available for purchase, and tasting platters will circulate through the festival to promote greater interest in the tent and greater awareness of what's going on in the tent. Volunteers are a vital part of an event such as this, and fortunately for a church such as Motville, we do have a large supply of hard-working retirees. All of them have completed their Uniting Church of Australia mandatory police checks, and they'll be easily visible in their bright yellow t-shirts that they've purchased with the Brilliant logo you can see below emblazoned across them. Now, on into the tent itself. Brilliant art is one of the ways that Motville Uniting Church has come up with to engage and encourage the local school children from reception all the way through to year 12. Children are encouraged through chaplaincy connections and also through the teachers who attend the congregation to enter their work into the different categories of art to win prizes. Again, this fits into the sociological model of critique by community. As a way to honour the traditional owners of the land, Motville Uniting Church are also proposing an Indigenous art exhibition, and again this is a presentation of art by local Indigenous children. We're asking Elder Ron Watt if he'll come in and discuss Aboriginal art with the children before the festival, so they can get a bit of understanding and a bit of cultural awareness of it, and then we're asking the local Indigenous children, of which there's a pretty reasonable percentage, to prepare some paintings and some pieces of art to hang in the festival tent in the lighthouse itself. And we're hoping this will raise cultural awareness as well as respect for the traditional owners of the land. The brilliant art categories are as follows. In the junior years, from 5 years to 9 years, it's the moon and the stars. For middle years, 10 to 14, it's Jesus, light of the world. And in senior years, that is 15 to 18, shades of grey. In all these cases, we are asking students from various schools to express what they mean by spirituality. Not what Motville Uniting Church would like them to mean, but what they would like it to mean, and what it means for them right now. And prizes are being donated by the local community to the schools for successful students. We also have brilliant craft categories, and the craft is not, the art is made ahead of time, the craft is not. The craft will be in the craft corner and then displayed for all to see, so parents can come in and see it as well. And again, we have junior, middle and senior categories: light in the sky, light on the water, and light in the land. And our request is that they look at light and spirituality in the context of Motville and the surrounding areas. We have a number of presentations, as mentioned, and I'll just run you through them quickly. You've done a great job. Please stay with me. The 2 p.m. presenter on Thursday the 14th is Brian Thompson, the Deputy Principal of Motville High School. You probably know him. And he'll be doing our Brilliant Kids presentation about boundaries for kids. At 7 p.m, our Brilliant Blended Families presentation will be taken by child psychologist Eddie Bronson about how to take families through transitional times. And guests Antonio and Laura Tattarelli, themselves from a blended family, will also be on hand to take questions. On the 15th of July, Good Grief. We'll be looking at how to help through change and loss with our very own Pastor Barry Brennan. And at 7 o'clock, we'll be looking at Brilliant Marriages, why the Alpha Marriage course, which will be held in September at Motville Uniting Church, will revitalise your marriage. And that'll feature the facilitators Ted and Denise Hayward. 2 p.m. on Saturday, we're looking at Brilliant Family Food, how to eat healthy and tasty with dietitian Sally Montrose, who makes delicious food. You won't want to miss that. And at 7 o'clock, Brilliant Friend, life as a sporting identity with state cricketer Toby Hughes. Toby, of course, comes from the Motville area, and it's a real coup to have him on board speaking to the kids. Brilliant Fun at 2 p.m. on the 17th is how to make fun family memories with Motville Primary School chaplain Matt Edwards. And at 7 o'clock, we're back to Brilliant Kids again. At 9 o'clock on the Sunday, we've got a special candlelit prayer service led by Pastor Brennan, and he'll just spend some time with anyone that wants to be there and pray and spend some time quietly seeking out what God means to them. And again, as we continue through the Monday, is the second course of Brilliant Blended Families and Good Grief. On the Tuesday, we introduce Brilliant Balance, how to find a balance between work and family, with local dairy farmer Tom Nicholson, who also attends the church. On Wednesday, it's more of Brilliant Fun, and at 7 p.m, we've got My Brilliant Career, how to transition into retirement with Dr. Samuel Rawlings. A lot of retirees have problems transitioning with their wives, and so Dr. Rawlings is going to lay out maybe a few tips on how to easily retire. Brilliant Friend again at on Thursday the 21st, and this time afterwards Toby will be holding a kids clinic for cricket. And My Brilliant Career again. On the Friday, more Brilliant Family Food and Brilliant Balance. And finally, on the Saturday, we look at A Brilliant Beginning, which looks at Indigenous culture in Motville and the surrounds with Elder Ron Watts. And Elder Ron is the same guy who looked at Indigenous art with some of the local Motville kids earlier on in the year. We'll have another episode of Brilliant Fun at 7, and then at 9 o'clock we're very fortunate to have Christian hardcore band Valley of Bones, who are over here, and Life FM part sponsoring them as they tour around the country. They'll be stopping off in the Motville tent as well.